This is Conversations
with Ronnie Keith
and Iris. All right, thank you guys. This is Conversations with
Ronnie Keith
and Iris, or Jotty.
I don't like that one neither.
Really? Why not?
Because I don't.
Whatever.
Not my middle name.
Well, that's what I call you. I mean, you call me by my middle name, so that's what we call each other. Hey, thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you for listening to us. We have had some great guests on for the past couple of weeks.
Isn't that a blessing, though?
It really is.
We've had a lot of great interviews that have showed and that we've been able to present and people will be able to learn from. I think it's very nice. It's a nice mix.
Yes.
I love it. And I love promoting patient advocacy behind it and encouraging other people. I think it's awesome.
I think so too. You know, it's very, it makes for a great show that you have a variety of people that you are interviewing. You're not interviewing just one genre. It's a wide range. You know, we had Dr. Mort on. We had, Matt Drago on, who's an actor.
Yeah.
So we've had
a lot of good interviews. I'm sorry, not good interviews. Good feedback from his interview too.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we've had Heather on, you know, for our travel planner. You know, so we've had a lot of variety of people there, a variety of people on the show. And so we just want to thank you guys for supporting, for listening, for downloading, continue to share, continue to send fan mail to us. We've got a few fan mails that we're going to read off today.
Good.
And then after that, we'll jump into a couple of topics today.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. So we got some fan mail here from Winter Park. And it says, Iris, I love your interviews. I love how you are so engaged with the guests and have such great questions.
Oh, thank you. I love that.
So that means keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep the energy level high.
You guys got to see the way he's pointing at me because can I tell them?
Go ahead, tell them.
Can I tell them?
Go ahead.
So I typically try to avoid to listen to myself in these interviews. And I did not like the way I sounded last time. I was too like, but then that's my personality though.
Who told you that?
You did.
Okay.
But I sound like, I know that I could be too much for people.
I'm not asking you to
you
get
don't have
on
to
this
point
show.
At me. Stop that. That's offensive.
Well, I don't give a damn.
Do it the Disney way.
No, I'm going to point at you. I'm sorry.
No, put
You're
that
my
away.
wife.
And I'm telling you, don't do it.
Well, I'm doing it.
Don't do it.
Let me tell you something. I didn't ask you to get on this show to be a toned down Xanax version of
Should
yourself.
I talk like this?
Oh, man. Then we just don't now want to do the show anymore.
Yeah, we have.
Nobody wants to hear that. And a lot of people that hear you on this show know you. And so if you start talking like that or
like this,
no, not even that, just the way you're trying to be now, I notice you're a little toned down now.
What's wrong with that?
Nobody wants to hear that.
Baby, I know that I could be too much for some people.
If you're too much, then guess what? They'll get over it. Either they'll listen or they don't. But the people that love hearing you know who you are and they want to hear you. That's the whole point of podcasting.
Okay, I'm not going to tone it down.
Oh, my God. So that came from Winter Park. And then also Winter Park. I
love the feedback. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the support and love.
Winter Park also said, Kendra doesn't need a man. Too much stress.
Wow.
So that goes back to the episode, I think 39, when we were talking about her.
Oh Kendra my God. What was the conversation that we were having that we brought her up? No, I brought her up.
You brought her up.
Shoot, what did I say?
I forgot. Remember. You used like an example of relationships. I forgot what we were talking about.
Can you see yourself without the person? That was the conversation about love.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we have a fan mail from Jacksonville.
Oh, wow.
It says, I love that you guys are doing a show together now. Love the interactions in the new interview with Dr. Orman. Learned a few things.
Thank you.
Has there ever been times where you ever got the urge to leave, like take a break from your marriage? Also, do you believe in having separate accounts and things like that? So,
that's a very good question.
First question: Have you ever been? Has there ever been times where you ever got the urge to leave, like take a break from your marriage?
No, not at all. Not me. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm telling you the truth. I think there is a difference when you want to leave and you want to kind of cool off because you have I can't talk. You've had a very hard disagreement. But I never have had the urge to say, you know what? I need to leave. I can't do this anymore. I need a break. When have I ever came to you and said, hey, I think we need break. I think we need to like implement this rule that we need. Who's that artist that has that, like, what is it, yearly rule that you could be with another person or something like that? Oh, Monique. She does that with her husband. Every year she gives him a pass. No, I feel like that's never been the case for me. I've never felt like that.
Okay.
You?
No, but would you give me a pass?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just asking. I'm just asking for clarification.
Well, your face needs to be changed, sir. I don't appreciate your face.
I'm just asking for clarification.
Listen, we're not doing that today.
That's all.
So my answer to that is no. I have never felt the urge to leave. I have felt the urge to leave in the middle of an argument. That's for sure. But it's just to kind of cool down and just say, just leave, and then come back and revisit the conversation when you thought about it and say, okay, this is how we could approach this, or hey, I'm sorry for saying that. But knowing you're not sorry.
So no, I've never had the urge to leave.
You're not. That's his thing, guys. You tell him, you could be really, really sorry about something. Like you admit that you did wrong. Hey, I'm very sorry you're not sorry. I don't need your apology. Oh, you're so harsh.
I believe when you do something more than once, it's intentional.
No.
So you're not sorry.
I believe that we are human beings and we're not God.
It's just that you got caught that time.
No. When you apologize, what do I say? It's okay, baby. No worries. I never throw it in your face and say, you're not sorry.
A rare mistake by me.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yeah, sure.
Do you believe in... So no, answer that question on my side. No.
I don't know. You seem kind of hesitant there to answer.
I was just waiting to finish what you were saying. So
no,
I didn't know what you had to say.
So you better fix your face.
Oh my God.
Thank you very much.
Give me a break. Listen, I was listening in to see what you had to say.
Yeah. Pointing fingers and everything. Let's not start like that.
Well, I needed you to be boosted up. I needed you to be yourself.
I am myself.
You are now, but you came on the show talking like, oh, that's great. We got a question now. Don't do that crap on here. Be yourself. Now, the second question was also, do you believe in having separate accounts and things like that?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't. That is the most horrible thing that you could do. This is just personally for me. I am not a relationship expert. I'm not a certified counselor or study it or anything like that. But hint, some of my friends told me that I should go to school for that. But anyways, but I just don't think that's recommended, especially looking at it from a long-term perspective. We have seen situations where something happens to your significant one and it just happened out of nowhere. You're unprepared. And then again, you got to look at it from a long-term perspective when you're older and that something happens to that person where they're no longer in this earth and they have transitioned on to the greater beyond or whatever. It's going to eventually hurt you in the long run. And we saw it firsthand. And it's not the greatest thing, especially fighting over assets or finding out what the other person has. I think that what is yours should be the other person's as well. And sometimes we do like kid around when we go to a restaurant and we're like, oh, I guess I'll treat you for this, but it's the same account. It's so funny. Right. We typically share everything. I mean, I don't think we have anything separate. Even our credit cards were joined together. Our accounts are joined together.
Well, I have one credit card that you don't have.
Well, and we do that.
Well, two. Well, we both have, but it's not like.
But it's not like I have a what is it? what is that website called? OnlyFans coming through there, or Pornhub, or I don't have things hidden on there like that. We typically use it for gifts or to purchase something on the low or anything like that. But that's only one car. I think that's only one car that we have. We don't have separate accounts
It's
or
two.
anything. Just two.
Yeah.
But everything else
But
is together.
our checking account,
Our main checking account, everything.
checking account, we do have a separate savings.
Mm-hmm.
We have a separate savings. We have two banks.
Yeah.
And then even though we have separate accounts with the second bank, we still are connected.
Mm-hmm.
So
we do. That's the funny part.
And
I want to clarify, because we did say, yeah, we do have a separate account, but we could see each other account.
I mean, not like we go in there and do that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Keeping up with each other, but for like money purposes, if I need to transfer something or move money around between the accounts, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
We're very transparent when it comes to that.
Yeah,
and
so
everything is shared. Everything is shared. There's nothing about, oh, you pay me back.
Yeah, no.
I wish you would.
That doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm. I wish you would.
No.
Yeah. You pay me back. I've seen cases where, well, you need to figure it out. Excuse me?
Not me.
No, I'm saying, like, I've heard people say that to others.
Okay.
Like, you need to figure it out, or I'll pay you back when I'm done, or something like that. Like, I'm like, no, that's not the way it should be. What's your money is my money, and vice versa. It's us. It's our money.
Yeah, I think it's
just cleaner.
A lot of times get a bit complicated, as I said earlier. And, again, we have just like maybe one or two separate credit cards. And then we also have in our second bank that we do have separate accounts, but they are connected. But she has something that goes into her account. I have stuff that goes in my account. I think that does help, because like I said, when you need, you want to do something special for that other person, you have that, right? But on the flip side of that, when you're, you took vows to be connected as one.
You did.
And so I'm a firm believer. I'm not with that whole, let me pull money out of my account, you pull money out of your account, or whatever, we put it together to pay this bill, or this bill you handle and this bill I handle. Mm-hmm. The money goes in one account, and
boom, it's
the
done.
bills are paid out of one account, and that's it. So that's just how we operate. We're not telling
perfect.
You that, oh my God, this is the only way to go.
And it might be weird. It may be weird for others, but it's weird for us when you're living in the same household and you have two separate accounts that the other person can't see what you're hiding or anything like that.
And I don't even think, so let me say this. I won't even say
you got to find what works for you.
I wouldn't even say it's about hiding. I think that the bigger issue is when it comes to not only bills, but as you said earlier, something unexpected happens.
Oh, that's when things get ugly.
You have to, unless it's in probate, then you have to go through all these things.
It's a horrible, draining
you guys don't
process.
Have the same accounts or anything.
And people don't, younger crowds, oh my God, younger couples don't think about that. Like when they get married, it's like, no, I'll have my separate account, and I don't want him to see what I have, or da-da-da-da. But then again, if something unexpected happened to your loved one, God forbid, let's knock on wood there, you will pay those repercussions big time.
Yeah, and I just don't get the having a secret thing from you. Again, when you do certain things, yes, you want to use, and I'm going to come with a great example in the next segment here, but when you want to do something special for your spouse, of course, you want to have something that you can hide to have that. But, to say, well, I don't want you to see what I'm putting into the account, or, we need to, we're going to split the bills or things like that. And it's just like, well, why would you not want to be transparent with your spouse? That's what marriage is all about being open. But, to each his own. But, if there's anybody that's listening to us that have an idea of, hey, maybe I do want to marry this person, be as open and honest as possible.
It just makes things cleaner, it's nicer.
And just hiding, you guys talk about that in premarital counseling, or, as you guys get to know each other, about how that person spends, who's better with handling the money, who's better with doing this and doing that, and you work together. Being in a marriage is teamwork, so whose strengths and what are everyone's strengths is, and so you put it together, because together you're growing. You're not growing individually. You're not growing separately.
You're growing together, which is very true. And I feel like, from a girl, coming from a woman's perspective, I think is sometimes not sharing with your spouse that you spend $150 at Sephora, which is so easy to do. Ladies, I know that you can relate. Ulta, or go to Ross and spend $100, and you don't want nobody to see that. That's like your business, But then again, when you're in a marriage or a committed relationship, I feel like transparency comes a long way. So like my hubby over here knows when I go to Ulta,
I'm already prepared.
I try.
I'm already prepared.
Darn it, Ulta.
I mean, honestly,
Home Goods.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you this.
Amazon.
Said, we share
Amazon.
What else I'm gonna say?
Amazon.
We share accounts, and there will be sometimes in a month, 5 to 7 days consecutively, where there's Amazon boxes popping up at the front door. I don't go and look in the account and say, okay, what did she spend today? What did she spend today? You know what I mean? Because I'm not sitting here keeping tabs on her of what she spent.
He
money,
never does.
All of our money is our money.
It's about being responsible.
But, she's responsible enough to know, okay, I can't go overboard. So she doesn't do that. And then a lot of times she will come to me and say, hey, need to make a few purchases. Does that sound pretty good? And I'll be like, yeah. Or I say, no, not right now. Whatever is looking like for us. So that, again, that's part of a marriage, communication. So, communication, transparency,
all of that. Talk about it.
And I know that, for some of our people that may have gotten married later in life or may get married later in life, that independency is a big thing to give up because you're independent. But that does go away because you're getting married. So you're
having an open book and establishing your boundaries and being open. Hey, I'm going to go to DSW, but of course you got $100 in the bank account. You're not going to sit there and spend $85 on shit.
That's right.
I think that's where people kind of get it twisted. I think that's the harder part as a female. Mm-hmm. You don't want, maybe they don't want their spouse to see how much money they really do spend, so. But I mean, again, or Zelle to your lash lady or your nail lady or whatever.
Again, we have to, we took a vow and we've become one. And so there should be communication and open transparency there without going through loops or going through, let me hide this from him or let me hide this from him or whatever. I would never, if I had to be in a marriage where you're coming up to me saying, hey, can I borrow some money? Bro, you're not my roommate. Yeah. You're not my friend. You're not my booty call. You're none of those things. You're my wife. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I mean, before we got married, we did have separate accounts because we were just dating. Yeah. So we didn't know that we did. We had separate accounts. Now, did we, pay bills and stuff? Yeah, but we had separate accounts. Now, when we got married, we put everything together. Mm-hmm. And that's just how it should be.
It's for the best.
I could never, this is me. Yeah, we rented some places together, before we bought our house. We rented some places before we only rented one place technically before we got married. And when we got married, we were still in that first place that we rented together. But I could not have gone out and purchased a home or made a big investment in something and we're not married, because then what happens when we break up? You know what I mean? As far as boyfriend and girlfriend, then that's a whole nother situation.
Correct. Yeah.
I wasn't going to go out there and say, well, let me buy a house with my girlfriend. You know what I mean?
I don't understand that neither.
That's
like should I tell him about the people across the street? No.
No. You don't know if they're listening. Oh, now you're giving it away already.
I'm just going to put it like this. We have seen beautiful couples that, they're just boyfriend and girlfriend. They make such a big investment, and then later everything just crumbled.
Yeah.
And mind you have a deed. You actually have a mortgage. How do you just walk away and just basically dumping all those bills on somebody? So just little things like that. It's just easier when, you get married,
Mm-hmm.
and the transparency comes a long way. And again, I'm only speaking from experience. I'm not a relationship person or an expert or here to tell you this is how you need to do this. But, when it comes time, I'm going to say it. When your loved one is not here, and you don't know what they got going on or what bills or what they pay.
Bills and debt.
That is so horrible.
Yeah.
So horrible. We saw it firsthand with a very, very loved one of ours. And to this day, they're still fighting and trying to figure out what's out there. It's only frustrating, but look at it from a long-term perspective. Yeah. What are you hiding? Just be honest.
Yeah. You got to have that stuff there. You got to, and it's more than just, well, let me have a talk and let this person know where this is. No, they should have access to it.
Yeah, just be honest.
If you can't trust the person you're married to, what the hell are you doing married to them?
Tell them that you have, your Game Pass account on there. Tell them that you have, I keep saying Pornhub, but tell them you have a Pornhub subscription.
Are you on this?
Yeah, all the time. Okay. No, tell them you have an OnlyFans. Just just say it. Hey, I'm gonna go to DSW. I'm gonna be buying some shoes. So
don't sit there and leave that person surprised. Even if we don't even have to go as far as that person passing on. If they get hurt or things happen, then it's like, oh, I need to get access. No, that person should already have, access. They should have visuals. They should be on it so that way. But again, this is from our perspective. This isn't the Bible of how to stay married or keep married or whatever like that, because we're far from perfect. But it's just, answering this fan mail question that came in, which is a great question. It leaves things very complicated. And I think if people are listening to this, if they take a step back, if they are doing that, they probably do see some of the complications that's going on. And that may be a big cause. Harder. Finances is a big cause of arguments or, even separation and divorces in marriages, because the transparency and the communication isn't there about finances, and unfortunately it plays a big part in a big role of our everyday. And we can't escape anything that's financial, paying bills, enjoyment, all those things. It's all about finances.
And if you are doing the whole separate account thing with your loved one, your husband, your spouse, whatever, I'm glad that it works, but ask your question this. Does my husband or wife know everything that I pay? Does my husband and wife know the accounts that I have?
Does my husband and wife know the debt that I'm in? The
debt.
So if you do pass on, that all falls on your spouse.
Everything that I pay, what comes out automatically of your account?
Yeah. So
just be fully transparent on all of that, because you will affect your loved one eventually.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The same person did come back a week later and say, excellent interview with Matt. I hope to hear big things. And where can we see that movie at?
What is the movie called? Somewhere
in Montana. Mm-hmm. And it isn't out just yet. Matt stated on the show. Yeah, he stated on the show. It's not out just yet. They're pushing to get it out in more movie theaters.
Yes.
If not, they are pushing to put it out on streaming. It was a limited time opening and limited time showing where the movie was being shown and held at. So we have to give it a little bit, but keep your eye open from somewhere in Montana coming out. And if you need to follow Matt Drago, he's available or on social media, on Instagram and things like that. So you can keep up with him with updates for that movie coming out.
I don't think that was the name of the movie. I just pulled it up and somebody else came out. I promise.
Are you sure? I thought it was somewhere
Yeah,
in
I just
Montana.
saw it on. Thank God for Google. Thank you.
I thought it was somewhere
I don't think so,
in
hon.
Montana.
No.
Yeah, that's the
Is it
name of it.
somewhere in Montana?
Yeah, that's the name of it.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. I'm looking at it right now. Somewhere in Montana. Hmm.
Okay. Well, I apologize.
Come on now. I know my stuff.
So yeah, we are actually going to be watching the movie. Just wanted to let you guys know, and we will bring him back.
Absolutely.
We will be doing that. When we say that we will bring the person back, there's a couple of interviews that we have had. We're gonna definitely bring them back. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Yep. Absolutely. So moving on, we do have a quick couple of things that we want to talk about, and we're going to get out of here.
Yay.
So I started this thing every week with my wife where I said, hey, let's start going to a new restaurant, brand new restaurant that we've never, ever been to at least once a week. For people that listen to the show and do not live here in Orlando, I know you probably think this is the chain capital of the world because this is
It's not.
it's the busiest tourist city in the United States. But it actually is not just chain restaurants. We have a lot of local
Mom and
homegrown
pops.
restaurants here that are local or maybe just regional in the state or in the state. And, they're very good. Some are bad, some are good.
Mm-hmm.
So each week I told my wife we're going to challenge each other to, go to a new restaurant. And 1 week I pick, 1 week she picks. So this last time I picked, and we went to a restaurant called Daddy Ninja.
Daddy Ninja, yeah.
It was in
Deep
the
in Kissimmee.
second home of Puerto Rico.
It was a lot of Latinos
Kissimmee.
there. Even when we came in, they were like, "Man,
Kissimmee.
hey,
Kissimmee is
Nana."
the United States land second biggest city
Too many Puerto Ricans.
Second biggest city of Puerto Rico. But anyways, we went to Daddy Ninja. Daddy Ninja was actually a blend of Asian and
Chinese,
Spanish food.
Oh no, okay.
Where there were full plate meals, and then they also had some fusion sushi rolls. So they had some Latino sushi rolls.
It's pretty cool.
And then, of course, the Asian sushi rolls. And it was pretty cool. So we went there.
Good drinks.
So let's be honest. Let's talk about you when you got there. And I told you where we were eating when we pulled up. What were your thoughts?
I was like, this is cool. I'm pretty sure it's going to be great. Usually when you find those little hole in the wall type restaurants, they are full of like great food and just a different vibe. So when we pulled up, it was loud. There was people partying outside.
Yeah, they actually had tables outside too.
Yeah. And you were like in the hood because they had
Bad Bunny,
oh my God. They had Bad Bunny music playing. And we were like, okay, we're kind of feeling this. So it was kind of nice. What did you think when you pulled up?
It was everything I thought it would be when I pulled up. I knew it was going to be Meadaville. And so I was like, okay, Iris's cousins are in here, which I knew. And I was like, okay, we'll see how it is. I was kind of, excited about it. So we went in and
it was exciting.
Sat down and we ordered this thing that had fried pork belly, and then for an appetizer, and then the other appetizer we had were like these shrimp type of dumplings almost. I like the pork
belly was delicious. The shrimp, the shrimp dumplings, they were horrible. Yeah, I definitely give them like a 2 out of 10. But the pork belly was 10 out of 10. It was so yummy.
10 out of 10, yes. And then we both ended up ordering sushi rolls.
Yes.
I think did you order the Kissimmee roll?
No, I ordered the big sexy roll. That's what they call it. And it's like It was different. It was like
It's a sushi fungo. So
yeah, it's like Latino food, and
mhm.
then you have your Asian, food mixed in there. I did not like it.
Yeah,
I
you
did
really did
not
not like
like
it.
it because instead of it being like wrapped in rice or that sticky rice that they actually used the fried plátanos or plantains,
Mhm,
what we call mofongo, which is made of, and they had some cheese sauce on it.
mhm.
And it was not my cup of tea, unfortunately, but you enjoyed that.
I did. It was very good.
I did
I
not
ate
like it.
some of hers. It was pretty good. I had what did I have?
You had some really great rolls, but
Yeah,
you always order good
I
things.
ordered 2 rolls and it doesn't tell me the name of them. I'm actually looking on the site and I'm trying to get the name of it, but
You had some really yummy rolls
one
because
had
like
go ahead.
steak up top, right?
Yeah, one had like beef. It
Mm-hmm.
had like little beef on top of it with fried tempura shrimp in the middle with the rice and cream cheese. And then the other one was shrimp tempura in the middle, and then it had chopped chicken on top, like a barbecue type chicken and cream cheese, and it was very good.
It was good.
It was very good.
It was
Both of them were
good.
very good.
My second roll was good, but then again, I did not enjoy how cold the shrimp was.
Hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, not the shrimp, the what was it that I was not a fan of? Crab meat.
The crab meat, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that's what happens when you're so used to, because a lot of these Asian spots with sushi, they use imitation crab.
Hmm.
I think it's what they
Hmm.
call, and you
Hmm.
kind of could tell a difference. And when they give you real crab, you're like, ooh, But it was okay. I enjoyed it, but they just put too much like wet crab up top, and I just didn't like that. It wasn't like warm or anything. It was weird.
So they do have the more traditional sushi,
Mm-hmm.
like food, like regular sushi. Then they have what they call sushi a platano, which is
Plátano plantain.
the Latino fusion of sushi.
Mm-hmm.
They also have like main courses where you can order steak, shrimp, ninja fried rice, salmon, all those
Yeah.
things they have there. So it's not just
Sushi.
sushi, but that's what they're famous for. So out of 10, what did you rate it?
I would give it an 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I would go back. I would just have to order something different.
Okay. I give it an 8.6 out of 10.
Mhm.
It was very good. Can't wait to go back to try something else. The next time we talk to you, we are going to a place that Iris is going to pick. So
Yep.
we'll see what that's going to be.
Fix your face because it's going to be good.
Well, sure. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing is that we'll see. We went to I Surprised Iris.
A wonderful, wonderful Broadway play.
Yes, I surprised her with some tickets to go see the Michael Jackson play. It is currently here playing in Orlando from Broadway. Sometimes they go to Broadway after they do their run on Broadway in New York, then they will travel to the bigger cities around the United States that have a nice theater. They have one here called the Dr. Phillips Theater, and Michael Jackson plays from here from March 4th to March 16th. Yes.
Yeah, it's very limited time, but it's worth it.
Yes. So this Tuesday that just passed, I surprised her.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
And we went to the play to see the Michael Jackson. So this play is pretty much based on a true story of when he was interviewed
Correct.
for the
By MTV.
for the Dangerous tour, right?
Mhm.
That Dangerous album that came out. And so they recreated how he was, rehearsals with the dancers, and then it just took him back to his childhood.
Yeah, everything
that led up to that moment of the Dangerous tour.
Yeah, it delves into the life and artistry of Michael Jackson, focusing on the creative process during the preparations of his it's the 1992 Dangerous World Tour that he was undergoing, like you had mentioned, and it's just a great glimpse of his musical journey, like Keith mentioned, all throughout when he was a kid, even a little kid, all through that time, 1992, when I think he was going through or starting to have allegations, right?
Yes,
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So this is a musical. It's called MJ the Musical. Me and musicals don't go well together.
But wait a minute, back up a little bit. Tell them what you told me instead.
So he
threw me off guard.
Yeah, I had Iris thinking that we were going to go to a blind tasting.
A blind, I can't even say it now.
Eating in the dark.
Tasting.
Yeah, so they have this.
They have those now.
Yeah, where you go to a place, you don't know what they're going to serve you, and they blindfold you. And you try. I'm not that adventurous yet.
And when he told me, I was like, "Oh, I'm excited." It doesn't take very much to surprise me. I'm going to be completely honest. But I was excited. I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that." But then I thought about it. And I was like, oh my God, what if it's caviar? What if they serve you like crispy duck or octopus? Or I'm not a fan of beets. I'm sorry. I just don't like beets. That's not my thing.
Well, I think, let me tell you this. I think with the blindfold, it suspends your
imagination.
Mm-hmm. So you don't know. We're all about sight and feel. So
I don't know.
If we got there and we're blindfolded,
I can smell
we can't see anything.
You can
smell it, but you can't see it. So if you taste something and you be like, "Oh, this tastes pretty good," and then you take off your blindfold and it's frog leg.
What if it's like corned beef or?
Well, hey,
I'm not a fan of corned beef. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Or bologna. Like,
Mama has had frog legs.
Who?
Mama. Yeah, she told me that Pops had some.
Gross.
And she tasted and she said it tastes like chicken.
No, gross.
And I just said I just can't do it.
Kenny told me too.
Oh, she had it too?
Yeah, she was like, it was delicious.
Really?
I was like, ew, I'm gonna try not to look at you differently. So one of our coworkers, I have to put this in here. I have to say it. Her name is Kamala. We love Kamala. She's like our third mom. She's such a wonderful, beautiful person. And her husband is such an inventor. Like, he is all down for everything. And we were just making fun of him because if he would have gotten blindfolded, he would have been okay. Like, okay, bring the food.
Oh, yeah.
He has ate everything from coyotes, a skunk, a snake, frog legs, ostrich. He has ate everything wild. And he's like, I don't care. I'll just eat it.
Yeah. Some people try it.
Some people are like that.
I'm not that adventurous.
So I was worried the whole day. Like, I was like, I kept on telling Kamala, I was like, Miss Kamala, what if it's duck? I don't want to eat a duck, or I don't want to eat a caviar. Ew, fish eggs. No. She just started laughing.
So I had to throw her off a little bit more of my scent. So I told her, she was like, are we meeting people there? I said, yeah, we're going to meet our friends, Dwayne and Sarah.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I threw her off.
See, I thought they were coming.
Yeah, so I threw you off even more.
Sarah and Dwayne.
But I threw you off even more because you really thought this was going to be something different.
Yeah, I really did.
And so then, we pulled up at the, as soon as we got up.
Are you here for valet?
Are we going to the Dr. Phillips Center? When I got to the valet guy, I'm like, yeah, that's why we're here. And then the guy said, for the Michael Jackson play. And you were like, Michael Jackson.
I was like,
yeah.
And then the guy just looked at me like, I am a weirdo. This girl is like, you didn't know?
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, it was so great. And what I do regret is not dressing up with my flashy, beautiful blazer that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I could have wore that. I already had some shiny shoes.
Right.
But come on, I could have prepared. I could have done my hair curly, kind of like a Jerry curl type thing.
I had to surprise you. Well, we plan on going back on Saturday.
It was that good. Good. I've seen a couple. I feel so cool saying that now. I've seen a couple plays, even in Broadway. And I have to say that the MJ one was the best one thus far. Hands down.
I've seen a few plays, but not many. Haven't seen any on Broadway like my wife, but this was, I don't do well with plays. It gets dark and cold. I may doze
You
off,
embarrass
whatever.
me when we go. When you start snoring. And it's not even like a normal, it's like one of those deep type of like snores.
Yeah, because I have my head.
It's like very deep.
I have my head all the way back.
It's so embarrassing. Yeah. You do not want to take him. Mm-mm.
But I stayed
He
awake
made it.
for the whole play. This thing was amazing, so good that I'm going to go.
We're gonna go
second
back.
time.
We're gonna go back because it's that good.
Yeah, it was excellent.
As a matter of fact, we actually, when we took some pictures, we took beautiful pictures. Please check those out on social media. We have them on Facebook and Instagram. We actually overheard the family talking behind us when we were getting ready to take pictures in front of the poster. And I heard her say, and her son, he was like, "That's better than Hamilton."
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Coming Hamilton?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So if the play is coming to your town,
just do
or
it.
if you're listening
You're
to
not
us
gonna
on
be
Friday
disappointed.
and you're here in Orlando, you've got a few more days. I strongly suggest you go check out that play, especially if you like Michael and his music. It was amazing. The actors that played him.
Oh, he looked just like
You
him.
know, I said the kid Michael, the black Michael, and the white.
But then
Michael.
again, were you expecting for it to delve into his life? Like I was expecting it to be a musical. That's what like they were just gonna come out and perform and be out. Like, no, this is an actual theater production, high quality of his life from young, like super young, all the way to that moment before that tour. And the guy even spoke like him.
Yes. I thought when you posted it on social media, the ending part that we could only record, because you can't record during the play, but the end when they come out for the finale. Mm-hmm. Well, after the finale, I guess.
It looked like Michael.
But what I'm saying is, I thought the play was going to be like that, where they were just performing songs and stuff. It wasn't. It was an actual play.
Yeah, everything.
And the music was integrated throughout it, but it was just amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, the guy spoke, danced, talked, looked like him. I don't want to give it away, guys. Yeah. You will be completely immersed in how beautifully creative this was. It was just awesome.
There were 2 times during that play I got the chills. Like the first, before the
me
intermission,
too. I think
the first
3 times.
part,
3 times.
It had me like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And then the second, after the second part after intermission, there was another part. Not as good as the first part, but it was up there. And I mean, it was just amazing. So if you are able to go check it out, and I'm going to put this on our social media. We put it on our personal social media, but we need to put it on our podcast social media. You can follow us on Instagram at Conversations with Ronnie Keith and Iris Pod. Just type it in and you'll see us. Follow us. Comment.
We're always posting our adventures.
Absolutely.
Hint. We're gonna give a surprise later in the future that we're looking to.
Absolutely.
We got some projects on the pipeline, so we're just getting started, baby.
Yes. So I'm gonna have this on our page if you want to see it. We've already posted
but
it.
I want to say something else.
What's up?
I want to let them know that we also learn. You know me, I talk to everyone because I'm such an extrovert. But anyways.
No, you're just a talking head.
I also learned talking to a gentleman that actually was 2 seats away from us, that if you're struggling or not being able, because Broadway could get expensive, right? You could actually get seats through luckyseat.com. And you basically do a raffle. You could win tickets, or you could get the tickets super cheap. Like apparently he said that he got the Michael Jackson tickets there for $47.
Oh, wow.
And those were really good seats that we had. We were sitting in orchestra seating in the row V as in victory. So, and you could only imagine, it wasn't that far to the side. So it was actually very, very good. And he told me that he saw it that was his second time seeing it, which was on Tuesday. And I already was like, the second time, so it's that good?
Yeah.
So, but we get it now. We're definitely going to jump that train. We're going to try so hard on that.
Absolutely. So, again, like I said, I will make sure to post those on our social media. And, we will talk about that even more next time. And then also about our next restaurant that we go to. And we'll go from there. But again, this was amazing.
It was a
great time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we will see you guys.
Can't wait to do it again
next week. So,
Yeah.
well, not next. Well, next week with our guests. As you know, every other episode will be Iris and I, just us, and then the other weeks will be us with guests. So, thank you guys so much for listening, supporting, downloading. Continue to send in the fan mails.
Mm-hmm.
This has been Conversations with
Ronnie Keith
and Edie.